So there are 5 big names being floated around Yankee circles as trade deadline targets. I'll get into them right now. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So I'm going to put up this article. This is from Inside the Pinstripes. Okay, we're just going to get right into it. There's no baseball today, but I definitely want to share this article with you. This is from Inside the Pinstripes from Evan Massey. Okay, 5 names to watch as New York Yankees trade targets for the trade deadline, right? And these are the names, probably the most prominent names. There are other names not on this list being talked about, but these are the names that are generating the most buzz right now. Number 1 is Alex Bregman. Okay, he's a third baseman. Now, he's obviously a notorious third baseman with the Houston Astros. He's an impending free agent at the end of the season. So, but he's known as being a clutch performer in the postseason, right? Right now, he's batting .248, which is lower than his career batting average. 9 home runs, 37 ribbies, 2 steals, and an OPS of .704. Not super flashy, but again, his bread and butter is in the postseason. And if the Yankees want to pursue win-now moves, he's probably going to represent one of the higher fits. Again, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year, but he likely won't cost as much. I think the sticking point is character, right? Character matters. I mean, it doesn't matter to some, but it matters to others. And again, would Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole sign off on this is the question, okay? He has the stink of the Astros cheating scandal tied to him forever. And the way he conducted himself in that situation is probably going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And the Yankees have worked hard to build this chemistry. The last thing they want is somebody's going to come in and disrupt them. So, but again, he's one of the big names being talked about right now. I've been part of panels recently where they don't really care. They want Alex Bregman here, and they'll do whatever it takes. I'm not one of them, okay? He's number 1 being talked about. Number 2 is a more obvious fit here, and it's Tanner Scott from the Miami Marlins, a left-handed reliever. And again, he's also going to be a free agent at the end of the season. His record right now, 6-5 with a 1.50 ERA, 36 innings pitched and 38 Ks. He's basically shut down baseball from the left-handed side from a terrible team like the Marlins. Okay, and the Marlins are probably more than likely going to be trading him, and he's got several suitors after him. Phillies included, Yankees, and some other teams, the Dodgers. So he's not gonna come cheap. But that being said, the Yankees want to upgrade a reliever. This guy is definitely worth pursuing. Okay, and they do need an upgrade in the bullpen. Particularly, they want somebody to complement Clay Holmes. Right, he can either close if Clay Holmes is no longer the trusted guy as closer, or he can complement them. Either way, he would be a fantastic fit here. Next up is Cody Bellinger. To me, is the most intriguing name. Okay, and again, we know him. His dad was a 2-time world champ with the Yankees, Clay Bellinger. Okay, right now he's batting .267 with 9 homers, 34 ribbies, 4 steals, and an OPS of .743. He's a career .258 hitter. He had a career year before he signed with the Cubs as well. And again, the thing about Cody Bellinger that intrigues me is they would probably bring him in to play first base. Now, the question is, what do they do with Ben Rice? Some people are sold on Ben Rice as the future. Some people are not. Okay, let's talk about the 2 scenarios here. If Ben Rice is part of the trade, right, then he goes to the Cubs with whoever else. Bellinger represents an upgrade at first base on the offensive side. But then, what happens? Okay, what do I do at that point? Well, I want to get an upgrade at catcher. So what I would do if Ben Rice is part of the trade, I would promote Augustin Ramirez and platoon him a catcher with Austin Wells and find a trade partner for Jose Trevino. That way we get an upgrade offensively at first base, we get an upgrade offensively at catcher. But the other thing about Cody Bellinger is he, to me, would fit per 4 spot in between Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, which would put Alex Verdugo at his more natural spot, being number 6 in the lineup. Him at 4, think about Volpe 1, Soto 2, Judge 3, Bellinger 4, Stanton 5, Verdugo 6. 1 through 6 would be terrifying. Okay, and then I haven't even mentioned Augustin Ramirez and the rest of these guys. But he would be a good fit. Now, the other thing is, if Ben Rice is not part of the trade, then I would move him to catcher. Okay? And I would have DJ back up Bellinger and everybody else in the infield. He'd be the roving utility guy. Okay? And his bat's starting to wake up now that he's a little further away from his injury. But if Ben Rice stayed, I would have him at catcher platooning with Austin Wells and finding a trade partner for Trevino. Either way, you get an offensive upgrade with him or Augustin Ramirez at catcher. And you get an offensive upgrade with Bellinger at first base. Okay? Next up is Mason Miller. Now, this is the flavor of the month for closers, right? He's one of the most dominant closers in all baseball. He's 25 years old. He's got 5 years of control, so his price tag is going to be insane, even higher than Garrett Crochet. Okay, right now, it's a 1-1 with a 196 ERA, 64 Ks and 36 innings pitched. So he's a lockdown strikeout closer, okay? But he also had a UCL injury last year with it, kept him out 3 to 4 months. So he could be a ticking time bomb for Tommy John surgery. So if I had to choose between him and Tanner Scott, I'm going with Tanner Scott, to be honest with you. Scott's not going to cost us less, and he's got a little bit of a better track record in terms of health. But again, any of these guys, if they came here, I would support them with open arms. So he's number 4. Okay, and the last one is the most intriguing one, is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now, Vlad Guerrero Jr. is an intriguing possibility too. He's 25 years old as well. He has another year of control. He's not afraid until 2026, okay? So which he would bring value. He's batting .297, which is higher than his career average of .281, 13 home runs, 50 ribbies, .846 OPS. So he would be a massive offensive upgrade at first base too. That's righty. He could also be the cleanup hitter in between Judge and Stanton. But he's also righty. You want 3 righties in a row? I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, he kind of is in the same boat to me with Alex Bregman. Bregman represents a character issue, I think, here. Guerrero represents an immaturity issue, I think, here, too. So I think the Yankees would have to sell off on this. But if they had to choose between him and Bregman, it would probably be Bregman. If they had to choose between him and Bellinger, I would probably pick Bellinger. But it would be really intriguing if they got a combination of these guys. And we haven't even mentioned other guys like Jazz Chisholm and Luis Rengifo and some of these other folks that are not being talked about as much, that could still be impactful players. But either way, I'm going to attach this article down below for you to read, okay? And you can give me your feedback on this. And again, if for some reason you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. And hit the notification button too. That way when I go live, you know when I go live. And when I break out news, you're going to know when news comes out. But at the very least, I'd love to get your feedback on these 5 guys, okay? Who of any of them would you want here, okay? And if there are others that you want here, let me know in the comments, right? And I thank you so much for your support, by the way. So your support does mean the world. And I've got a big roundtable coming this Saturday night at 9:30 with a bunch of other Yankees content creators. We're going to talk about the trade deadline specifically, best fits, what's going on, predictions, and everything. So it's going to be a live one on Saturday night at 9:30. So stay tuned for that. And then I have a 161 open panel the weekend after that. So a lot of stuff's coming. I got a lot more news. I'm also doing an MLB trade deadline predictions video with a special guest that I'll announce later. That's going to be in a week after that too. So it's going to be before the deadline, obviously. So a lot of stuff's coming. But these are the 5 most prominent names being talked about right now in Yankee circles. Okay? Who of them would you want here and why? Again, it's you got Alex Bregman, you got Tanner Scott, Cody Bellinger, Mason Miller, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Keep in mind with Vlad Guerrero Jr., one of the reasons why he said for the last couple of years he didn't want to play for the Yankees is because, for those that don't know this, his dad, Hall of Famer Vlad Guerrero Sr., he had an agreement here. Cashman reached an agreement with him to join the Yankees. But he was overruled by George Steinbrenner, who went instead and signed Gary Sheffield for 3 years instead of Vlad Guerrero Sr. So I can understand why Guerrero would be better. Maybe he's playing the Yankees. I mean, I don't know. But at the end of the day, that's the situation. And I think the reality with Guerrero Jr. is and the reality with Alex Bregman need to be addressed. Just like the reality with Mason Miller, Cody Bellinger, Tanner Scott. Who are you excited about the most? If you can get a combination of players here, even that aren't named these guys, who would they be? Let's talk about it, gang. Let's go Yankees. There's no baseball today, but if news comes out, you'll get it. Have a great day. Peace.